Am I wrong for leaving my husband and seeking emergency custody for my son? My husband Ben and I, both in our 30s, have been married for 5 years. Together we have a 3-year-old son, Leo. Ben also has 2 children from his previous marriage, Emily 11 and Jake 9. His relationship with his ex Melissa was complicated. She had 3 other children from another relationship, Oliver 8, Ava 7 and Mia 6. A year ago, Melissa passed away. Her death was unexpected to us, but it turned out she had been sick for a while. She had even told Emily and Jake about her illness, but made them promise not to tell us. When she passed, her other children's biological father was not in their lives, and no family members stepped up to care for them. Without even discussing it with me, Ben made the decision to take in Melissa's 3 other kids. This was a huge issue for me. We argued about it repeatedly, but Ben was firm in his choice. I tried to work through my concerns, knowing how much my stepchildren had already been through. I didn't want to cause more disruption or separate Leo from his older siblings, but I felt overwhelmed. After Melissa's passing, everything changed. Emily and Jake, who had once been loving toward me and Leo, became distant, resentful, and angry. The 3 additional children also expressed hostility toward us. Tensions rose daily, and I found myself in an environment that no longer felt safe. The worst part was that there were clear signs of danger. Emily and Jake made cruel comments about Leo, saying he was not really their brother. One day Emily told me that Melissa had hated me and taught her children that I was a bad person. She also told me that her mother insisted Leo was not truly family and should never be treated as their equal. She repeated this not just to me, but also to the caseworker assisting us. I tried everything to create a stable home therapy support group structure, but nothing changed. My husband continued working long hours, leaving me alone to care for 6 children, 5 of whom openly resented me and Leo. The caseworker helped with resources, but I had to document multiple disturbing incidents, including threats and attempts to physically harm my son. I couldn't leave Leo alone for even a second. The situation was spiraling out of control and I was barely holding on. When I told Ben I was going to discuss with the caseworker whether taking in the additional children was truly sustainable, he got defensive. He insisted that speaking up would make things worse, that Emily and Jake would never forgive me, and that separating the children would ruin their relationships forever. I couldn't let his guilt stop me from protecting my son. So I followed through and had a serious conversation with the caseworker. After reviewing my documentation, she agreed that the situation was dangerous. With her report, I left Ben and filed for emergency custody of Leo. The court granted me temporary physical custody, and Ben was not allowed to see Leo until further review. Now I am in the process of filing for divorce. Ben is furious. He claims I blindsided him and that I should have discussed it with him further. His main concern isn't Leo's safety, it's that Emily and Jake will hate him for letting their half-siblings go. His parents, who I had always gotten along with, are also upset with me. Despite knowing about the dangerous behavior happening in our home, they called my decision underhanded and accused me of tearing the family apart. I never wanted it to come to this, but I couldn't keep my son in that house any longer. No child deserves to live in constant fear, especially in their own home. So am I wrong for taking these steps to protect my son?